All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here is another example of solving equations. Remember, we always have to list our restrictions. So that's where we just look at the denominator. So notice we only have one denominator, and that is x plus 7. And it cannot equal 0. So obviously, you're going to set it equal to 0 and solve. So we would subtract 7 to each side. So x cannot equal -7. All right, so the next thing we need to do is figure out our LCD, our lowest common denominator. And our lowest common denominator is x plus 7. So that means that's what we're going to multiply everything by to get rid of the denominator. And so here we go. I'm just going to rewrite this thing real quick. I like the negative with the 7, so I'm going to probably write it on the top like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take each and every single thing, including the 6 in the middle, and times it by x plus 7, x plus 7, x plus 7. And remember, don't forget, it's solving. So we got whatever you do to one side, you got to do it to the other side. You got to do it to every single thing. Otherwise, that equation will not be balanced. So if you're going to make a mistake, this is possibly where you're going to forget to multiply it by that LCD. All right, and great thing about that is this x plus 7 cancels that. This x plus 7 cancels that. And so we are going to be left with, just a -7 on top. And then we're going to rewrite it 6 times x plus 7 equal to, all we have here is an x. All right, we know this next step would be to distribute that 6. So we're going to have 6x plus 42 equals x. All right, so then now we're going to combine these because -7 and 42 are like terms. So that's going to be 35 because 42 minus 7, we'll do that in a different color, is going to be 35. And then this says equal x, and there's a 1 there. All right, so there's a couple ways you could do this. You could move the x to this side, or I would, because this 6 is bigger, I would take the 6 and subtract it to each side, minus 6x. And I'm going to go over here because I'm running out of space. So we're going to have 35 equals, and 1 minus 6x is -5x, and then divide by -5. So here we get -7 is our answer. And we didn't talk about this last time, but that means it's an extraneous solution. Here's why. Once you find your answer, you got to go up here and check to see if it's in that restricted domain. So we just said, hey, x cannot equal -7, because if it was, then it's undefined. Well, what did we get for our answer? -7. So that means we cannot have that as our answer, otherwise this whole thing is undefined. And this is called an extraneous solution. Not that I expect you to memorize that or anything, but that's called an extraneous solution. So what is our answer? Since it cannot equal -7, your actual answer is going to be no solution. So this whole thing has no solution. So all that work just to figure out that there is no answer to this question. All right, thank you for watching this. Hopefully we're getting a little bit better with the solving. If you need help, be sure to ask me in the Meet or during async time.